Hey gang, what's going on? Juan here, welcome back to the channel. No, I don't know if you know this, but this is actually my third video related to PAX West. The first one was a pickups video talking about the video games, the collectibles, the swag that we got. The second one highlighted 7 of the awesome indie games that we played during the entire weekend. And this video right here is going to be about the events themselves, and it's going to be divided into 3 topics. The things that I liked, the things that surprised me, and the bad stuff, the things that disappointed me. I have a list here of the other things that I like that are not necessarily a video game. And the first thing has got to be the Indie Mega Booth. When I saw the map, I'm like, wait a minute, they have an entire section dedicated to independent video games, indie game merchandise. You have Super Meat Boy Gone Viral, which I talked about. And the awesome thing is that because the developers themselves were the people showcasing the game, you felt the love, you felt the passion, you felt the smile was because if you're having a great time playing their game, they're having a great time. And they would actually ask me like, hey, not only are you enjoying PAX West, but which other indie games are you liking so I can check them out? Because I mean, hey, it makes sense. They are working at the event, so they don't have the time to check out other games. And I know that I've already mentioned these 2 events a lot, but I gotta bring them up one more time, and that is the complimentary events to PAX West, which basically means that they were not part of the event. You did not need a PAX badge to attend it at Xbox, which was a Microsoft-sponsored event, or The Mix, which is the Media Indie Exchange, and that event was only a couple of minutes away from PAX West. Now, the Microsoft thing was a one-day event that happened before PAX on a Thursday night. And the cool thing is that they actually gave not just a free event, but free transportation. So if you walked over to the Washington Convention Center, which is the main area for PAX, they would get you on a bus and you would be on your way to the event. And this was my first experience checking out a bunch of video games. And although the games were excellent, some of the people could have used maybe some soap, definitely a shower, and most definitely a brand new pair of underwear, people. You can never have enough clean underwear. No, I'm serious. I smell things. I smell things. And the cool thing about the event, and you definitely saw that if you checked out my pickups video, is that for every game that you played, you would get a cool pin. Free event, free transportation, awesome video games. Can't complain about that, right? And then the other event, we're going to be talking about the Media Indie Exchange. And real talk, people, I think that it's been over a week now since we returned back home from PAX West. I truly do think that The Mix was my favorite event in the entire weekend because PAX was packed. I mean, so many people, and you could feel the rush, right? Like you're playing something, but hey, you know, hurry up. You know, time's money. But with The Mix, you felt like you could just sit down, talk to the developers. So we met people from Argentina, from Latin America, and you could feel the love, the fact that, you know, at one point we switched to Spanish and they would be like, wow, you speak Spanish as well. And we would talk about that. 45 minutes when we first went in there were spent playing like 3 video games. Not only do you get to play the game, you're also talking to the people. You're getting the love. You're asking questions. You can feel that they care about what you're doing. So not only do you feel like your time is not being taken advantage of, they feel like their time is being well spent. And that is exactly what I loved about this. That plus they had a Dead Cells shirt. I had to get it. Did I put that in the pickups video? I forgot to put that in the pickups video. Well, I got a Dead Cells shirt. So if you're thinking about attending a video game event of some kind and you find out that you see The Mix somewhere around there, please sign up. Go to their website, let them know that you saw this video, and because of that, you want to check them out because we need to do more for independent video games. They don't have the marketing budget, they don't have the millions and millions of dollars that these AAA games do, but they have millions and millions of coins of passion that they bring to us in these video games that they develop for us. The other thing that I really liked about PAX West, unfortunately, my wallet managed to stay in my pants as much as possible, is limited run games, signature edition games, and all of the other places that sold exclusive editions of video games or physical releases for games that would traditionally only be available digitally. So I got some blind boxes. You can check that out in the pickups video. And being able to be there and physically hold the games and check them out before you buy them, like that means a lot to me. Something else that was pretty cool during PAX West is that they always had some kind of raffle or giveaway going on. And I won a mouse pad thanks to AMD, which the only weird thing that I'll say is they always tried to get this AMD chant going on, like AMD, AMD. And I got flashbacks because people, in a previous life or in this life a couple of years ago, I used to work for these pyramid scheme companies where they wanted you to chant the name of the company during the meetings. Otherwise, they would look at you weird. So AMD, you reactivated my PTSD. I thought I was over that. Something that I was really excited about is that Pink Gorilla Games was actually present at PAX West. And not only that, they had really good pricing. I got a couple of games there, as well as some more games in their Chinatown district store. So Pink Gorilla Games, I had always heard about you thanks to Metal Jesus Rocks. Now I can say I bought some video games from you. And this one was really unexpected because I have a gaming PC. I have no means to upgrade in the near future, but the Zotac PC gaming section, wow. I mean, they have some beefy but compact computers. Like there was this tiny one that was like a little bit larger and less wider than a GameCube that had almost the exact same specs as my computer. And it was a prototype, but they also had another one that was like less than half the size of my computer with the same specs. So they play great. I played some Fortnite, which I'm not really a big fan of Fortnite, but I got that. And for playing, I got a couple of things which you can also check out in the pickups video. But I really enjoyed that. And if I ever upgrade my computer in the future, I would not mind a smaller computer because my thing, that is a large computer, people. So I would not mind getting a smaller one that's just as strong. And ladies and gentlemen, last and most certainly not least, my favorite thing at PAX West by far had to be the Giant Bomb panel. This happened at the Sheraton Hotel because the main building houses the exhibition halls, but for the panels, you have to go elsewhere. And in there, we had Dan, Ben, Abby, and Jeff, and they literally talked about nothing. It was a panel about everything and nothing at the same time, and I could not stop laughing. I kind of marked out, real talk, because I enjoyed Giant Bomb content for years. I'm a Giant Bomb premium member. I listen to Giant Bomb East and the Bombcast every single week, so I consume minimum 6 hours of these beautiful human beings every single week. And I've met wrestlers in person, and I'm a huge pro wrestling fan, and I probably marked out even more for the Giant Bomb folks. So that was just awesome, and you can actually check out the entire panel in its entirety over at their Giant Bomb YouTube channel. I'm gonna speed run through the following things because we finished talking about what I liked about the event. Now we're gonna be moving on to the things that surprised me, which are not necessarily bad things, but I was concerned going in, so let's check out how I felt afterwards. So the first one has to be about the Indie Mega Booth because the actual event is packed. I mean, at the beginning you had Tomb Raider, you had Mega Man 11, you could play the remake of Resident Evil 2, and obviously these were jam-packed. But when you go to the Indie Mega Booth, yeah, there's people, but there's virtually no waiting lines. And as good as that was, it was also a bit of a shame, right? Because I get it, for some people, unfortunately, they don't see indie games as good as AAA video games, but that's a shame, and I really hope that as years go on, the Indie Mega Booth is like the main part of PAX West, which if I ever go back to a PAX, the Indie Mega Booth, that's my jam. And number two in this part is that although this is my first ever PAX, I did my research. I went to the subreddits, I visited the forums, I checked out the discords, and it seems like in comparison to years like 2012, there was definitely a lot less swag. Most of the swag consisted of pins, maybe like 1 or 2 t-shirts, but for everything else, you really did have to buy it. So I'm not really complaining about that because I felt I got some bang for my buck. I bought a bunch of merchandise that I loved. I got a couple of game keys. It was a fun event. You got some free cool things like you could take a picture that would get you into a raffle. Plus you have some memorabilia from the event. I mean, look at me singing to the microphone. So I can't complain about that, but it is a shame that when we first go into a PAX, it's definitely the bottom of the swag tier. Something that really surprised me is that, after a while, the tummy gets rumbling, it becomes lunch hour. And I was like, man, we're in a convention center. The food has to be awful, expensive, and you got to have like 2-hour waiting lines. We literally did not spend more than 3 minutes, I got to say, to get some pizza and some mac and cheese. Now, the quality is... we're in a convention center, okay? Let's be real. But the fact of the matter is that we basically did not have to wait in line, and you could just do that and eat. Now, there was no bag checks, which was the other thing that I was going to be talking about here. Like, at no point, I had a huge bag with me. At no point was somebody scanning it. And folks, we're in 2018. A lot of things have happened, and I saw a lot of people that were concerned. They did have a lot of security. They had guard dogs and all that stuff, but it felt a little weird that going in, I was like, oh, well, is nobody gonna check my badge? Like on Friday, they checked my badge for like 0.5 seconds. I was like, are you sure you don't need to see that it says Friday here? Okay, cool. On the flip side, it does mean you get to go in faster, but I am wondering, even though nothing happened, you know, what are the security measures that they have for events like this that are massive? You have thousands of people, and you don't want bad things to happen like they've happened this year, and I really hope that they stop happening permanently because it's just awful. We're almost at the very end because now we're going to be talking about the things that I disliked about PAX West, and it's not a big list because even though the event is crowded and I felt a little bit claustrophobic at times, it is accessible. So the first two things are video games. We have 4 topics in this, and the first one is the first game that I played, which is Team Sonic Racing. And for context, I love Sega and All-Stars Racing Transformed. I have it on Steam and on PS3. I felt weird about this announcement because it's basically Sonic characters and there's this tag team element, and I played, and I'm not going to go into too many details other than I felt indifferent about it. I felt like I have Transformed, I have Mario Kart 8 Deluxe on the Switch. I don't know where this stands. Like, why is this coming out? You know, I played like 3 races, and at no point did the tag team mechanic happen, or did I feel like it needed to happen. It felt like, okay, we're trying a different thing, but it's like, you had it. You had it. Dare I say Transformed? I like it more than Mario Kart. I really do. I've gone back since I played Mario Kart 8, and I'm like, yeah, you have Danica Patrick in that game. How can you not like it? The other game that I felt about was Darksiders 3. And for context, I'm a casual fan of Darksiders. I played a little bit of the first one, none of the second one, but I do have them on PS4 and on Steam. So Nicole and both of our friends that traveled with us played it, and 2 of them have played previous games, you know, 1 and 2, and we all had the same problems. Like, it looks fine, it looks like a remastered PS3 game, really, but when you actually hold it and play, it's like the jumping felt weird, the grabbing mechanics felt weird, and this is a game that's coming out this year, you know, so we're not playing this alpha version of the game. I wasn't having fun. I didn't even finish the demo. Like, real talk, after a while, I was like, I saw the person behind me, and I was like, you want to play it? Like, go ahead. And I think that's like the worst thing that can happen to a game. I came off from it like I would rather somebody else play it right now so I can play something else. The third thing I wasn't a big fan of had to be the logistics of PAX West. So maybe South and East are a little bit different. I don't know how those are, but basically you have the main convention center, and that's where the exhibit halls happen. That's where they had a retro gaming area where you can play Sega, you know, the minis and all that stuff. But if you wanted to enjoy the panels, most of them were in other places, so that meant that you had to be rushing back and forth, and I get it. You have a lot of stuff, so I'm almost complaining about there being too much stuff, but initially I wanted to check out like a couple of panels, but the only panel that I checked out, which was the only panel that I really wanted to go to, was the Giant Bomb one. But that was because when I saw it, I'm like, well, do I really want to leave the convention center, make this line, go here, spend 2 hours, maybe I don't know if I'll like it, you know, only to then go back and then go to another one. Like, I can get why people have gone to PAX for years without going to a panel, and that's because they're time consuming, and between waiting and playing games and talking to the developers and meeting other gamers out there, time flies by. We made it, folks. We made it, because the last thing that I disliked about PAX West 2018, and this wasn't like a really big thing, but hey, I was excited because I saw that the indie box was going to be there, and you know, I love me some indie boxes. So I was like, I'm going to go there and I'm going to buy some indie boxes. Oh, what? There's only t-shirts? Oh, dude, I was so bummed out. I felt like a kid unwrapping his Christmas present or a birthday gift. And I'm like, oh, you got me the other version. You know, instead of Legos, you got me the Mega Bloks. I don't know if you're a Mega Bloks fan, but hey, you know. I was a little disappointed, but I mean, Indie Box still does exist, so there's that. And to bring us with some closure, as I sonic boom right into this camera here, I guess the question is, would I attend another PAX event? And the answer would be yes, but maybe not PAX West, because keep in mind, I live in San Juan, Puerto Rico. And in order to go to PAX West, we went from Puerto Rico to a connecting flight to New York and then over to Seattle. And to go back, we went from Seattle to Boston and then Puerto Rico. So East means there's only one flight. You go there directly. So The odds of us going to PAX East in the near future is pretty high up because I really did enjoy it, especially the complimentary events. Like, I hope that if I do go to East or South or wherever, that we do have another mix, that we do have another It at Xbox or other complimentary events. Like, I pulled up the Eventbrite app, and they had all sorts of other awesome stuff happening that I didn't even know about until after the event. And if there's any game or topic in particular that you saw in this video and it's like, Juan, you know, bookmark that. You talked about Gone Viral, make sure you cover that when it's out, or Shadow Brawler. If there's anything that stuck out to you that you wanted to see a return in the channel, definitely let me know in the comment section as well. And if you had as much fun watching the video as I did recording it, don't forget to subscribe and share. You can also follow us on Discord. You can join the community there, the Press Pause TV community, because my wife and I do stream 3 times a week over at twitch.tv/PressPauseTV. You can also follow me on all of social media, EpicJC. And just as a quick teaser, I do have a pretty cool project that I hope to reveal to all of you within the next month or two, that it is pop culture related. So follow me on social media, and I will definitely keep all of you posted right here on YouTube because I'm very excited. I just want to do stuff. I truly, and I can't say this enough, I will say it in almost every video, almost every Instagram post. The reason that I do this channel, the reason that I turn on this Logitech camera, I put on Audacity, I have OBS, I have this Logitech mic, I have a Google Drive document, just so you know how I sort of set myself up. The reason that I do all of this is because I like it. It's therapy for me. It's a recovery month right now. Recovery month is an event where people celebrate people in recovery from mental health and substance use challenges. I actually am a person in recovery from mental health challenges. I had 3 suicidal attempts, and I deal with depression, I deal with obsessive compulsive disorder and generalized anxiety. I know we're like changing the topic all over the place, but I'm a human being. I know that you that is watching this video right now, you've gone through stuff, or you have a family member that has gone through stuff. And the important thing is that we're all here. We're all here, and I hope that I can, for whatever time this final video ends up lasting, that I could provide a little bit of entertainment so you could forget about those challenges happening in your life. So until next time, thank you for watching and supporting. And never forget, folks, that officially our journey to PAX West 2018 has concluded, but the Epic journey continues. So thank you for watching, gang. Take care. Oh my goodness. And I still got to do the PS2 collection video, which I'm actually going to be recording in about a week as of the recording of or publishing of this video. So get ready. Going to be talking about each and every one of you. Oh my God. What am I doing?